So yeah, let's play a game with this deck. So for those of you who don't know, I can understand Japanese. I actually like to play this game in Japanese. For the tech deck videos, I'll be doing them in English, obviously. But for any kind of gameplay videos from now on, I'll be playing the game in Japanese. Just because it gives more of like an authentic feel, I think. And I like it that I can kind of learn new words in Japanese, and it kind of allows me to practice my Japanese. So it shouldn't detract from the gameplay experience. I mean, I'll be explaining what all the cards do. Might even add a little culture, hopefully. But we'll see. So I'm against Vampire. Bloodcraft, sorry. So I mean, my game plan is basically going to be to take the board from turn 1, slowly chip away at their health until I can kind of burst them down in the late game, or use my very strong mid-game threats like Crystalia Tia. So I mean, I don't want her in my opening hand. These two are very good for my opening hand. I don't want her. Okay, so I don't really want this till later on, but it's fine. It doesn't really matter. So I mean, I am favoured against this deck, assuming it is the aggro Vampire deck, obviously. Control's much less rare, so I don't really know if I'm favoured or not favoured against the control version. I would assume probably not favoured, maybe slightly unfavoured, just because of how many board wipes they have, and how they're very good at kind of controlling their health, which makes this deck less effective. Okay, so I mean, I've got quite a nice start now. There's not a great deal they can do with this. If it is the aggro deck, they're in a world of pain now. They've had a very rough start if this is the aggro deck, because I mean, they're not going to be able to get the board at all now. I'm going to keep commanding. Okay, so it probably is the aggro deck. I'm going to basically command the board from now on. I mean, I've got 2 plays here now. I could either trade both of these in and play this, giving me a slightly stronger board. I could play this, trade this, and kind of keep this. That's probably what I'm going to go for. I'm going to play this just because I get an extra fairy as well. I really definitely need to be removing his bats. So if I trade this in, it's weak to Angelic Barrage. That almost loses me the game. So I really need to think if I want to play that. Are they likely to be playing Angelic Barrage? Probably. Almost certainly just a one-off. Are they likely to have it in their hand? No. So I'm going to play this. I'm not going to play around Angelic Barrage because this is the better play. If they've got it, I'll probably lose the game, but it's so unlikely that they've got it. It's worth taking the risk. Okay, so they haven't got it. So you need to take calculated risks when you're playing this game to kind of get ahead. So what I could do now is I could really start pushing face if I really wanted to. And there's not a great deal they could do against it. So I mean, I could do 2, 3, 2. I could do 7 damage this turn and bring them down to 11. Which is actually very strong. Do I want to do that, or do I want to just keep controlling them? That is the question. Probably just want to go all in. I mean, let's do it. Let's take a gamble. I mean, let's just really push their face. They can't Angelic Barrage me now, so they need to trade in now. I'm really putting the pressure on them. I haven't dropped them into Vengeance range. I mean, they could quite easily go into Vengeance range, but I'm really putting the pressure on now. Okay, so they're trying to put the pressure back on me, but it's not going to work because they're going to have to do some trades. Let's see if they trade or not. So I've got 2, 4, 5, 6. I'm threatening 7. Okay, they're not going to trade. That's perfectly fine by me. So, how much damage can they do? They can do 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9 damage. So if they've got any burn from hand. So how much can I do? I can do 2, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. So, oh, that massively backfired for them. I can just kill them. So I'm going to play that. I'm going to evolve. Just double check to make sure. Yeah. I'm going to evolve. And then they lose. So They took a gamble, but they took the wrong gamble, quite a drastic gamble in their case, and essentially threw the game away. So yeah, that's the power of this deck. That's why you're kind of favoured against aggro decks, because you generally have a much better start than them in most cases. You can control the board much better than them, and they kind of work in a similar sort of way. They kind of snowball the board. I mean, obviously they're a lot more aggro focused than we are. We're more kind of powerful in the mid range. They kind of have a very explosive start usually, and then use a lot of kind of face damage to kind of keep chipping away at the health all the way through. We kind of do very small damages in the early game, build up a very slight advantage going into the mid game, and then burst you down at the end. As you can see, it was actually correct of me to play the Dancer to kind of push face damage, really put high amounts of pressure on them. They made a drastic decision of not trading and subsequently died the next turn, so that they made quite hefty misplay there that kind of lost them the game. But you can really see the power of this deck, how it plays. Yeah, so thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video. See you next time.